Hello and welcome to another update video about Terra Luna. A lot of requests about a Terra Luna update, and again, no real surprises here on the chart. What happens with Terra Luna? It could really be that correction that I've been waiting for a while now. We talked about Terra Luna moving up here, breaking out of that descending wedge. That was a long trade opportunity. Told you if I went into that long trade, I didn't because I missed the breakout, but I made you aware before the breakout that this could be an opportunity with a price target of the beginning of the wedge at $97. Now it did go a little bit higher, but I know a lot of you, or some of you at least, I know from the comments that you actually took that trade. Congratulations to anyone who also sold at these higher levels. And then we moved down here, told you that could happen again, but made you aware of that descending or bearish divergence on the chart, which basically means you make lower highs on the momentum indicator, so here on the RSI, but you're making higher highs on the price, and that indicates that the market could be at risk of rolling over. Okay, so we had that in mind. We saw the breakout here. I told you that to get to that, to really get that breakout right, you want to get above the first rejection point of $95. So I'm always talking about a need to a retest. Yeah, in this case the retest failed obviously, so we broke below that trend line and we did not break above that first rejection point. So that was a good call. I hope that stopped a lot of people of getting into that long trade. In the current market environment, I would always personally try to wait for a retest. Yeah, sometimes you don't get the retest and some people try to go long without having a retest, but at the moment we are not in a confirmed uptrend generally in the crypto market. We're not in a confirmed bull run. Yes, here and there are, of course, due to the volatility of the crypto market, every day unpredictable price increases possible due to the volatility, but you want to manage your risk as well, I think. And yeah, when we then moved below the trend line here in the last video, I told you that there is a significant risk that we're rolling over now, and that if you break below this, I think it's the 20-day moving average, yes, that we are then going to come down further. With the first price target here is that previous low at around $77 US. And to get a better understanding of where we might be landing, we want to take a look at the VPVR, because not only looking at technical highs and lows, no, but also take a look at previous traded volume. And you can see we've got a little bit of a peak here. It's actually around, well, it's starting at around $75, $76. But I think the peak is actually here, yeah, at around 74. So be aware of that. You've got a low here. You've got a low here. I think that would be the next target where the price could get down to. And yeah, I mean, we made a lower high here. Yeah, so you made a higher high overall here on the 10th of March, but you struggled to go much, much higher. We made an all-time high, but nothing sustainable. Yeah, that happens very often, that you're actually getting to the all-time high, but the price is not managed to push, or the bulls, yeah, that the buyers cannot push the price much higher. And again, then you start to roll over. If you cannot manifest yourself or position yourself above that all-time high on a sustainable basis, then you're not going to make it. And we talked about it, that Terra Luna's indicators are very, very high. That means that compared to some other cryptos, which are very low, yeah, where the indicators are showing a very low value, Terra Luna was actually close to being overbought. And that again, that was another, let's call it a warning sign for me, or to be a bit of at a risk of not being able to make it. I mean, why go into a project which is very high in terms of its indicators, where other cryptos, for example, are just very, very low? Yeah. And let's take a look at the I just want to try to get to the daily chart actually. Obviously they have gone down now since we reached that all-time high. Let me go to the daily chart here, and you will see that some of the indicators are really high, especially compared to cryptos like VeChain and so on. So you saw here that we were overbought, yeah, and then you can see here the bearish divergence, yeah, that lower high, and we are still very high compared to other cryptos, yeah. So it is just, had Terra Luna really made it to new all-time highs, or had Bitcoin really made its run to the upside, Terra Luna would have struggled. I mean, it would have probably made new highs, maybe to $120, $130, but nothing that I would be waiting for, like a 3, 4, 5x. Yeah, it's just not possible with these high indicators. So that is just another thing to talk about here, really. And yeah, overall the whole chart the price action doesn't look very bullish. So we need to reevaluate that when we get to the next support, how the price does react to the next support level. But for now, I would believe and how I would see the price, especially with this the way the price is now coming down, which looks rather impulsive, really. I would expect lower prices. Let me just hide the VPVR. I would expect especially with those increasing red candles here and the break below the 20-day moving average. Yeah, I would expect that we get to the $75 level, and then I can't tell you if we are going to break that or not now. My view would be that we probably have a little bit of a support there, and we'll probably do a bit of a recovery to the upside before we then probably go through. I'm still waiting for that sell-off into the blue target area for Terra Luna, which is located here. The minimum for that would be here the $34 level. That is my view. I think we still need to get to that level. Terra Luna is extremely late with its correction, and I think it has a lot to catch up in terms of correcting down. It still needs to make that lower low. It needs to get below the low of that wave A here. But to be honest, it did that. Oh, let me just zoom out a little bit. All right, yeah, it did that, but it didn't really find support on a fib level, and we have seen various cryptocurrencies break this ascending trend line here at the moment. I mean, I wouldn't personally with Terra Luna, because it is in my view a really good project. Yeah, we don't want to forget that. It is a really good project. Personally, I would not wait until we reach that target area. Yeah, we always want to be prepared for different scenarios. So for me, it's just understanding risk and understanding opportunities. And here, for me, this was not an opportunity anymore. This was a risk, yeah. And I told you, and when we get down here, probably into the region of the 200-day moving average, that is where I would consider it again an interesting, potentially an interesting price. So around, 65, 60, maybe even a bit lower US dollars. So generally for now, I would expect decreasing prices. Of course, nothing moves in a straight line. Please bear that in mind. It's a bit too early now. We need to wait what the price does establish now, what kind of pattern it establishes now, and how it's going to move, and if this is going to be an impulse to the downside, or is it just a correction to the downside. But what is fact is that the immediate uptrend is broken for now, and a lot of people always think that it's bullish not to make a lower low. But actually, in the grand scheme of things, those not very strong corrections, they're actually very bearish, because you can then you're at a risk. You're not correcting down. You're not prepared. You don't prepare yourself for the next major run to the upside. If you only make small corrections, the price cannot correct down the indicators significant enough to make really those next huge gains that we're all waiting for in the crypto market. Now, that's my view on Terra Luna. Hopefully that's helpful. If you like the update, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and also check out the channel membership if you like additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.